Go with a Friday, through a full Friday without talking about high school football. Joining us now, Joe Dellavecchia, head coach at St. Joe's, and congratulations, Coach, on reaching the semifinals. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me here.
Listen, an exciting time for you guys from the very beginning of the season, but boy, did you guys look good in that first playoff game. You were happy for O'Brien Tech to make it to the playoffs, but you guys put on a show.
Well, we talked about all week coming in and being crisp and ready to go for the tournament, and trying to keep our momentum going, which we had established after our Darien game during the year.
Well, and getting into this, let's be honest. This was as expected. The first year team in the state tournament, O'Brien Tech, and you with certainly so much experience in the program. Is that beneficial for you to have an easy victory at this time of year, or would you have rather had a little bit more of a challenge?
There's no easy victories, regardless of your opponent, because you mentally you have to be prepared to go through the game. So we had a lot of work on that part, just to make sure that we were crisp and mentally and emotionally ready to play the game and do all the little things correct. So sometimes it gets a little tougher that way to do that. You always want a big challenge ahead of you. Those kids from O'Brien Tech played really hard the entire game. They had a terrific season, and they played hard, and that's all you can ask for.
So in Class S, where you guys are, it would seem that you have somewhat of an advantage because you're the league you play in, and this confuses me every year in Connecticut, because you can play in a league where you play all double L or L schools, and then you're actually classified in Class S. So here you are all season long playing against some of the top teams in the state. In the FCAC, whether it's a Darien or whether it's a Ridgefield or whether it's a New Canaan, and then you take on some of the smaller teams, or at least smaller population teams, in Class S. So let's talk about your first game of the season. You come out and you beat a Class L power for years in New Canaan coming into the season at that time, for whatever it was worth, ranked number 1 in the state, and you guys with your transfer quarterback David Winters just bring it to New Canaan quickly early on in that game.
David Summers got the
wrong
season.
I got my seasons mixed up. Yeah.
We had a great summer. Not David, but the summer working out the kids.
You had a passing league right there too, didn't you play them?
Yeah, we played them a couple times in the passing league down there. We had our own passing league in the summer. Our kids did a lot of things together off season to bond with each other, and we left last year just short of a championship, so that was on our minds all summer long, and our kids really worked hard, and they're quite a spirited and emotional group. So coming off and with the tough opening schedule and beating a New Canaan certainly got us going in the right direction fast.
And does that help, though, playing all of the larger schools that you do, with the exception of maybe Trinity in the FCAC?
I think it does. There's our league is from top to bottom. You got to show up every week to play. It doesn't matter who it is. All the teams are well coached. They're all physical. They all want to knock you off if you're on top or whatever it may be. So we have to be ready every week. We have to work hard every week. So I think in that aspect it helps us, our competitive side, that we got to play football all the time.
As this season has gone along, where have you seen improvements on the field with this team?
I think number one improvement has been our defense. We played well in spurts early in the year, and as the second half of the season came around, I think we've been playing well in all areas. So really impressed with how the defense went after it. I thought we played well against New Canaan defensively, getting after with them, and then we kind of went into a little lull, but then I think we've picked it up. And our offensive line has improved. We have 4 new starters on the O-line, and we lost a kid that was probably going to be an all-state lineman. He tore his ACL on our last scrimmage, so we had to replace him in 4 days to go play New Canaan. So I think they've started to gel as the season's gone.
All right, let's talk about your opponent coming up. This is a team that because at the beginning of the year, I think a lot of people assumed that this was going to be the Ansonia St. Joe showdown, and I think Rocky Hill wants to have a say in this thing.
I think they do too. They're a terrific team. They're kind of in the same boat that we are. They lost in the championship last year. I'm sure they have a chip on their shoulders just like we do. Neither of us were able to finish the job. two terrific backs. They have a strong offensive line. They come at you, and they keep coming at you, so they want to control the ball. So, we have a tough task ahead of us.
Yeah, you talk about their offense. Not too many around the state kind of run that wing team. Maybe Ansonia a little bit, but there's a lot of variations of it, right?
Yeah, a lot of option teams, wing T teams, but they're kind of more of a power oriented team with it. So we haven't seen that all year. We haven't seen anything really like it. So it's hard for us to mimic that in practice. So we've been working at it, and we have a couple of things that we're going to try to do to slow them down, and we'll see what happens.
Do you like the opportunity of kind of moving outside of? I mean, obviously it's a state playoff game, so you're getting a brand new face, somebody that you don't see, you don't even scrimmage, in the preseason at all. Do you like that challenge? Do your kids like it?
Yeah, I think we do. I think that's what's great about high school football and the state playoffs. You get to see teams that you don't normally see, and show them what you're about. They show you what they're about. The league, you're just playing the same teams every year in and out, and it's hard to go out and see what other teams got. So it's kind of exciting.
Well, Coach, we'll be watching Sunday. It's at Trumbull High School.
Yes.
12:30.
12:30 kickoff.
We'll be there, and could be a good one. Could be one of the feature matchups in the state on Sunday.
And real quickly, the football team is known as the Hogs, right? And the
football
rest
team
of the
is
programs.
Yeah, the school's the Cadets. That's our official mascot. We've been dubbed the Hogs from the 1980s game against Stratford High School in the pouring rain. Coach McCarthy was going to cancel the game, and somebody in the locker room yelled out, "We're Hogs, we like to play in the mud," and it's stuck since 1980.
Is that right? Wow. Well, we know
That's the
now.
legend of the Hog.
And I just thought you were being rude when you were calling them Hogs. Coach, thanks so much for coming in. Best of luck the rest of the way out.
Thank you.
We're gonna call on you again to maybe bring in that state championship trophy.
I certainly hope so.